Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As for current time of exactly 4 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum country $2,956, up about 6.3% so far. For respect to overall market closing, on both the crypto and the equity side, we are bright green at the moment. For respect to the outcome of the FOMC meeting hosted by Jerome Powell, seems like the confirmatory signal that we got from him is that the Fed is going to be raising the rates by 0.5 percentage point, which is technically the biggest hike in 2 decades to fight inflationary pressure heads on. And with respect to the central bank outline a program in which it will eventually be reducing the bond holding by $95 billion a month. And with respect to the the potential of increasing the rates even further up to, again, right, the 75 basis point, based on the confirmatory verbiage that Jerome has laid out, underlying the commitment to despite to bring inflationary pressure down, that the 75 basis point initiative is not something that the committee and the Fed are actively considering at all. It's more just like a rumor at the moment, right? So again, this is kind of like a lingering type of affectation that we hope we don't, progress or digress into that level of increase of the heights, right? So today was a typical sell the rumors, buy the news type of affectation, and the minimal that we need among the macro market sentiment and psychology is to get the confirmed next step, right? And seems like we are exactly aligned with what we were expecting or have been expecting for the last month so far, before today to the next FOMC meeting, right? So with respect to overall market trend, we are above the 2850 for Ethereum, but in terms of like what's the real level that we need to get up to, right? Based on the current setup, we are let me just delete this real quick so it doesn't interrupt us. We are leaping above the next level, right? You could see that clearly we bounced from the channel of the 2850 to the next level of, technically a flat number of $3,000 to the next level of another flat number of $3,050. But the real level for us to sustain around the channel, which is where we are forming right now, you can see that clearly we're still trading around this zigzag fashion of a channel to the next level of technical support of 3153, which is the red line that you see in the middle, right? Or maybe I should change this to a different color so it doesn't, maybe blue, or let's say green. Let's say green is, oh god, green is, I'm doing green again. Let me use purple. Purple looks better, right? It's like such a colorful picture at the moment, right? And I think we need to just get to the next level. But is it gonna be like a one straight shot, right? Let's just say that it could be possible that we could go up one shot, right? Because if you repeat the signal based on what happened back in March 14th, you see that the dump that we had, was basically to anticipate ahead of the FOMC meeting on the previous one, right? And as we got the confirmatory signal, the market reversed back up, hit all the way to the 3,500, and it subsequently sell back down because of the rate hikes from 25 basis point to 50 basis point as a foreshadow, driving the sell-off, right? So we're still trending in the sideways fashion, gliding around this. And I think, something that we need to look out for is that this could potentially be an upward wedge as we zigzag it upward and get tighter and tighter and tighter until we hit to a point of an apex and a sell down, right? So I think we are still forming that upward escalator, and it still makes sense why we are the way we are trending. But we're not out of the woods completely, right? We're still in the depression stage, and at the end of the depression stage or the bear market, we will have something called disbelief, right? Which will subsequently, we're kind of dragging up for quite some time, but it's going to sell off subsequently. Because, well, firstly, the market is kind of highly inflated. At the same time, we're meeting with the next critical level of 4871, which is a level of critical leap, right? So, breaking below that back to normal will be very logical. So let me just draw this line here, right, in red, right? So you could see that clearly, Let me change this in red. Such a colorful picture. I probably need to clean this real quick. Onto sell-off, right? Because if it's an upward wedge, it always ends on a sell-off to take some short-term profit. I'm not saying we go all the way down to like the 1700, but I think somewhere normalized around like the ideally 4150 would be very logical. That's a really far out thing, so let's just take it one step at a time, but I think that's a possibility, especially as we meet until before the Christmas rally, which is something that happens across the market, and then subsequently leap up by November, December within that Q4 transition period, right? With respect to Bitcoin, we are bouncing back up as well. We could see that clearly we are getting resisted at the $40,000, up about 5.6%. At the same time, we're forming a golden cross right now, so we could potentially keep leaping up, repeating what happened prior on March 14th as well. So that's very logical as we continue to zigzag around this level. So seems like we are reversing on momentum on both fronts, so it seems relatively bullish. Respect to Ethereum Classic, about 10% or 11% if you may. Anywhere from basically $26 below is logical to DCA. For now, with respect to current levels, a good level to buy, even though we're up 11%. I'll still say yes, with the 40 off 70 about to curve up, crossing up as well, so seems logical to DCA for me. Respect to Dogecoin, about 4% so far. I would say it's still fair, like anywhere from 12 cents below is still logical DCA. Respect to Cardano, about 12% as well. You can see that mega reversal. Anywhere from basically 75 below is logical DCA. Right now, you probably you could still buy it because of the golden cross wave forming right now. So we are not completely done with this bull trend. Respect to Solana, about 7%. Right now, we are coming back up. So we will get some blockade around 97, 98 before we get to 100, right? Right now, still good level of dollar cost average, I would say. At 42 out of 70, about to cross up as well. So not terrible. XRP, anywhere from 69 to 57 is good level of dollar cost average at the 37 out of 70, about to form a golden cross. Polkadot's about 9% as well. Anywhere from current level down is still logical DCA. About to form a golden cross. Algorand's about 8%. You can see that we're bouncing back up at the $71, 71 cents at the moment. Form a golden cross, that's why we're seeing all this green pressure. And also match back with what we saw prior when we had that green surge, right? At the 51 of 70 is okay, it's not terrible, but we will see more, ideally going up to the 75, and then get kind of cancelled out from there. Shiba Inu bounced back up to a normal level, 2100, which is where we're at right now, 1400 to 900 with the respective frames. Polygon, about 7.6%. Basically, current level down is still logical. We're still at a buy at the moment for Polygon. AVAX about 12%, 60 to 50 from here. And then with respect to lastly on Terra, about 5.5%. It's still a head and shoulder pattern, but we are crossing up right now. So ideally going up to the 97, which is when we are about to test 100 again. And then subsequently give back up will be very possible. But if we don't, let's say we reverse tomorrow, people start taking profit. Coming down below 75, that's a critical level. We'll break down all the way to 62, 52 to 45 from the respective levels from here. Okay? So it's a green day today, as expected. But again, it's just a technical speaking the truth. It's not that I'm a wizard that can predict the future. But hopefully, with respect to the videos that I've been posting on a daily basis, has been helpful so far. I'm not always right, but I'm glad that this one we have been relatively precise on our front so far. So we know our marching order, and if you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye.